The time for empty platitudes is over. The time for incremental progress has ended. The time when you could just whisper sweet nothings into our ears and get away with it is yesterday. On Thursday, April 8th, P. Diddy wrote a letter to GM. Now, this is interesting because it seems to be similar to and if I remember correctly, Roland Martin has been criticizing companies for not actually investing in black-owned, like doing advertising with black-owned media. So it seems that P. Diddy is also, hey, he's got Revolt, and he's like, y'all got to do more than just say, yes, we support Revolt. Like, you have to actually invest money, advertising money with us. So I actually want to read the letter that he wrote and show you the letter. Because it's interesting. It's, and like, yeah, if you love us, pay us. A letter from Sean Combs to corporate America. And he talks about how GM, General Motors, was confronted by the leaders of several black-owned media companies, and they talked about Revolt as, hey, yeah, we support Revolt, but Revolt, he's saying, listen, y'all just give us crumbs. You do not give us anything near the amount of money you make from the black community. And so he's like, hey, if you're right now, you're exploiting our culture. And what you have to do is, it says out of the roughly $3 billion General Motors has spent on advertising, we estimate only $10 million was invested in black-owned media. $10 million out of $3 billion. It's disrespectful that black-owned media companies only represent 1% of the total advertising market. It's disrespectful that distributors refuse to carry black-owned media brands in an era where our impact and influence is undeniable. Later he says, we demand that corporate America reinvest an equitable percentage of what you take from our community back into our community. If the black community represents 15% of your revenue, black-owned media should receive at least 15% of the advertising spend. Radical change is the only option. You're either with us or on the other side. I really appreciate the sentiment. I like there's an awakening happening in that, like, we need more. Like, just, it's not enough to settle for crumbs. It's not enough for us to just be content, just, being in the kitty box, in the sandbox. Like, we want to be in the big boy arena. However, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think this is the answer. I don't think going to non-black owned companies and telling them to invest money in advertising in black owned media is the answer. I think the answer is having black owned companies investing in black owned media. I think the answer, because at the end of the day, let's say they take their 15, they decide, okay, we're going to take three out of the 3 billion, but 33% is 1 billion. Half of that is 500 million. So yeah, so about 15, around 15, 16% would be 500 million. So they invest 500 million into black-owned media. They still keep not profiting off of black consumers. I believe the answer is in black people to stop being consumers, start being producers. If we are producers, we don't need to go to other companies and tell them, oh yes, invest money in our companies, invest advertising in our companies. We will be able to invest money in our companies and make sure that the money going to the media getting paid is black owned, the company getting the benefit of black consumer dollars is black owned, and that's how you build up the black community. You want to end black poverty? That's how you do it. Because right now, that doesn't end black poverty. What that does is the masses of black people are still consumers. But that means these black-owned media companies are benefiting, and the rest of us it's good for some, but it's not as good for all. If you actually want to help all of us, we all have to stop being consumers, just consumers. More of us have to be producers. And so this is something, and it is a longer term strategy than this one, but it solves a problem rather than just appearing to solve a problem. It solves a problem rather than just kicking the can down the road. It solves a problem rather than just being a cosmetic solution. Because Diddy, with his wealth, has the ability to help train black entrepreneurs and help them get to the next level. I'm not even saying, like, I'm not telling Diddy to just take his money and then just start throwing it away. And even though it's not really throwing it away, I'm not telling him that he has to make that type of a sacrifice. He can do something that is of low cost to him and of infinite benefit to the masses of black people by creating a program to train entrepreneurs. And you say, but that sounds like it'll be expensive. Not if it's online. Not if it's online. Diddy can, instead of doing masterclass with whatever company that is that owns masterclass, he can do his own masterclass. Hey, Roland Martin. If Roland Martin actually wants to help, Roland Martin can actually do a masterclass on journalism, black journalism. You can now have black people watching your like y'all can do this for free. Y'all can do this for free or for very low cost. In fact, Roland could do this on his YouTube channel. And so now he'll be getting paid ad revenue and still being able to help other people by doing this. Diddy can help people understand music contracts, that kind of stuff. Take your expertise and teach it to the people for free. Like that, then we're creating entrepreneurs. And hey, let's say you don't want to do it for free. Do it low cost. Do it low cost. $100 for a lifetime, $100 for a year's access to the program. Like that you make money, people get benefit. Like that's how you do it. And like I said, ideally you could do a Khan Academy thing. Just do it free. Start teaching entrepreneurship, journalism. Roland Martin, you've got music, music producing. Like y'all could be teaching. Like y'all have the position, the profile, and we know you're experts at certain things, so y'all can do it. Instead of demanding these non-black owned companies to give you a cut, and then still the vast majority of us remain consumers. Like that's the problem. The problem isn't that necessarily. The problem isn't just that we're buying products from, and the fact that they're not reinvesting dollars. The fact is that that's what we're doing. If we were actually producers of things, it wouldn't even be an issue, because we value ourselves and each other, and boom, I'll do my advertising on Revolt TV. The community will buy my product. Oh, that's this guy's product. They if they recognize the person who owns it as being somebody who actually genuinely gives a damn about them, that's part of the appeal of getting that product. So when I say, oh, this product is good, this product is effective, they go, okay, we actually trust him. We actually have a level of trust in him, and we like his product, and so we'll buy his product. As opposed to just going outside of the community and keeping the cycle of consumerism going. No, we need to be producers. That's how we solve the problem. So it's like I said, the sentiment is great. The solution isn't quite that. The solution is for us to do it ourselves. So the fact that you've created a black-owned a network, awesome. I do know that there will be obstacles. And those are things we have to discuss. Some things will be discussed in the open. Some strategies to deal with obstacles will have to be dealt with and discussed behind the scenes. But remember, just because obstacles exist doesn't mean obstacles can't be overcome. I like where things are going, but it's clear that we do need a voice and some voices that are going to look just a little bit further and say, okay, wait a minute, let's tweak this idea. Let's make this a long-term solution where we're not just, they're giving you more money, but then they just keep getting propped up further on, and we're still not building black businesses in mass, which is what we need. We need black businesses. We need black Wall Streets all over this country again. And this time, we need to protect them by any means necessary. Thank you for watching this episode. As always, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, comment below. And if you don't like what I said, oh, why it's got to be black owned? Feel free. Give me a thumbs down. But if you give me a thumbs down, make sure to comment below why, and I'll address it either in the comment section or in a future video. I'll see you next time.